Okay. All right. So starting with question 3, the total area under a normal distribution curve must equal
1.
1. Do we put the decimal on?
No, you just put 1. It was in the lesson reading. I got this one wrong. I kind of messed up, but it was one of the rules. There was like rules for
a normal distribution curve.
Yeah, and the one was it has to be.
Yeah, the total area has to be equal to 1.
Yeah.
And you kind of see that later on when like everything is, yeah.
I asked you that because they say like from the instruction above, calculating anything, please remember to round to 3 decimal. But since the rule just said 1, so we just put 1.
Yeah.
On this one we do. That's for. I think those are for the questions later on.
Okay.
Okay. So 4 and 5 are the other 2 rules of a normal distribution curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 says that it can drop below the x-axis, but that's false because it doesn't.
It cannot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's symmetric, and that is true.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
All right.
So then on question 6, it's asking which one is the z-score.
Mm-hmm.
So we had C.
Yeah, C.
So did I.
Yeah. It was a pretty standard question.
Yeah. And then for 7, it asks the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1, and I had B.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. So on these next couple of questions, you got to use the bell-shaped curve. The app thing it had. So I mean, they were pretty easy. I guess number 8 wasn't. You didn't have to, but.
Well, yeah. So for 9, 10, and 11, I believe you used the applet. But did any of you guys have questions on any of that? Like, I kind of saw the pattern
pretty quick. We caught on eventually. We did the app wrong, so we had the 2 outsides clicked, not the inside. So we had to go through and do it again.
Oh no, I get you.
But once we had it, it was pretty straightforward. So for number 8, just for sake of it, it was 68.
Then for 9, it was 0.683.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 10 was 0.955.
Yeah. I actually didn't really calculate. I just looked at the reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was in the reading too, yeah.
It has all of that and like 0.997. I didn't do any calculation. It's just all there, the numbers.
Perfect. You got smarter, not harder.
All right. And so for 12, it's just, the pattern is that the values match the 68, 95, 99.7.
Yep.
Okay. So for 13, I did this the other day, and I'm trying really hard to find where I like wrote out what I did.
Yeah.
But okay, it wants you to find the proportion of the population that have a protein requirement less than 0.60. And I'm sure I would have written this down. Has anyone else done this question already?
No, I was working on it. We ran out of time.
Okay. I'll try to explain how I did it with it making sense and not being really confusing. Because I'm trying to figure out what I did exactly. Okay, so the proportion that would be less than what it listed as, let me see. Okay, so it listed the mean. What I did is I wrote down the mean of the population, or the mean protein requirement, excuse me, and then the standard deviation. And when I realized that I was gonna actually need to do work on it, was it like 0.60 isn't a single standard deviation, or even it's not a standard deviation away. It's in between a standard deviation. So what I did was population that is less than. Okay, so I calculated the z-score based on 0.60. So the z-score formula,
It's the new one minus the mean over the standard deviation, correct?
Yeah.
yeah, so that's exactly what I did. So I took 0.60 and subtracted it from 0.65
Mhm.
and then divided it by 0.07.
Yeah.
And because in this case, like it got confusing with the next question, but I'll get there in a second. But so the number that you get for the z-score is negative 0.714, I guess, if you round it, because you only round it to 3. So when you put that into the applet, it'll give you, like you have to select, because it's the negative one, it's going to be like the bar on the, like your left when you're looking at it. So you have to highlight the side of the curve that is to the left of the negative line.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you your area, which is 0.238.
I didn't follow. Can you go over it?
Yeah, I'll go through it again. I'm going to open the applet really quick so that I can like better explain it.
So
Okay.
let me, is this going to even pop up? Is this backwards for you guys?
Let me see. Oh, yeah, no, I can see what you did. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. So can you see the math on this one, Paulina? So this was the mean and standard deviation, and then here's the different.
Here, right over that, because it's kind of light since you didn't pencil. Here, mine's written in pen.
Oh,
and
there we
right
go.
here. Mine's the top one. I mean, it's really kind of messy on there. But the top one is for this question right here that we're doing.
Uh-huh.
And so that number that it equals to is your z-score. Do you see that, Paulina?
I don't know which one is the video.
Okay,
you want to click on Kennedy's.
Yeah, click on me.
And then I'll pull it up full screen so you can look at it and it won't bounce around.
I don't see anybody. Let me see.
Okay, go to the video screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, and so click on me.
Uh-huh.
And it should show you my little paper in full screen.
Okay.
This one right here.
Yeah.
That's the formula we're using.
Yeah,
so,
I got that one. Yeah.
Okay, so this z-score that we're talking about, with my answer here, that gets put into the applet. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The link, right?
Yeah, the link. This is normal probability applet.
Okay.
So when you click on that, you put it. You can technically put it into either side where it says z-score at the bottom. So you can put it into either side, but when it goes through and calculates it, you need to make sure that the only side that is highlighted blue is the left side.
Not the middle or the right.
Yeah.
So those should be white, and the blue will be the left quadrant or part.
Okay. All right.
And so do you see the number at the top that says the area?
So it's between -1 and 1?
No. Okay. So yeah, where it says
area is 0.4752. That's the one in the box.
No. So down at the bottom.
What you'll do is where you see where it says -1.
Yeah.
Click on it and type in the number that we came up, like the z-score that we came up with.
0.714.
Yes, so you type in -0.714.
Yeah.
If you type that in where it says -1, it should change the way that your curve looks.
Yeah.
It does.
So the area is 0.238.
Yes.
Perfect. That's how we did it.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So the next one, it wants to know, like what is more than that. So you use the same numbers and everything. It's just when you go to the applet, instead of highlighting where it's on the left side, you need to highlight the middle and the right side because it's everything that is above that z-score.
Perfect.
So how do you highlight?
So you just click on it.
You just click on it.
Mm-hmm.
but make sure you unclick the left one. So the left one
Yeah,
will be
so
1.
that only the middle and the right side are highlighted.
So the answer is 0762.
Perfect.
Yes.
We
Okay.
got this.
See?
All right, great.
Okay, so for the next question, it's using a different number. It wants to know what's less than 0.70. So you calculate your z-score the exact same way, and you get the same number, except for it's not negative, it's positive.
Uh-huh.
So what it tells you is instead of looking at the line on the left side, you're looking at the line on the right side. And since it says what is less than that, you highlight everything that is to the left of the right line.
Okay, that makes sense. Did you understand, Paul? We know how well we did there?
Let me
You're
see.
just highlighting a different portion of the
So the answer would be 0.242.
close. So you need to have the middle highlighted and the left side.
The middle. Oh, I
middle
mean that part. Let me see. Let me read the question.
Okay.
It's less than. Okay, let's see. So
So
it's less than.
It's less than the positive number.
Okay, let me see. So the answer would be 0.758. No?
No, okay, so the z-score, the number at the bottom, is going to be the same. So when you calculate z-score with 0.7 this time, with 0.70
Mm-hmm.
this time, your z-score turns out to be the same number as the last question we were doing, except for instead of your z-score being negative, your z-score becomes positive. So instead of looking at the line, at the red z-score line that says negative 0.7,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at the z-score that says positive 0.7. So everything that is less than that line is what has to be highlighted.
I did that, but how come I didn't get
what's
the
your
right answer?
z-score saying, Paulina? At the bottom?
Negative 0.7 and
It'd be
0.7.
714.
Yeah, it needs to be 0.714, and it needs to be the positive one.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, there we go.
So the answer would be 0.762 again?
Yes.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
correct.
All right.
All right. Man, these questions, could they have like worded this any weirder?
I know. They added all that extra crap that they didn't even need to do.
I know, that just like makes it harder.
Yeah.
Okay. So for 16, it wants to know what is between
Mhm.
0.60 and 0.70. And since you've already calculated the z-scores for both of those numbers. So all you have to do is highlight what is between those two numbers. So you leave your z-score at the 0.714, both negative and positive, and when you highlight the middle, rounded, your area is 0.525.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Which I think that they did that, like kept going with the same z-score, just to show you that even though they changed the numbers, like the applet works for a ton of different questions around the same number.
Yeah. It's really handy.
Yeah. It makes the question super easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have trouble with these next two. I mean, I got them, but it took me a lot longer than the other questions.
Oh yeah.
Because let me see where I did this. So not this notebook. Okay, so the way that you have to do these, I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way, or maybe it's just really hard for right now, I don't know. But you have to calculate the z-score of the 35th percentile.
How did you do that?
So if you look in the reading,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to find exactly where it is because it took me a while to find it.
Oh,
But
Right now.
somewhere it gives you, I think this is it. No.
3.4.
Yes, there you go, 3.4. That's how you do it. So it's talking about calculating percentiles and using the normal distribution, which is that normal probability app.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you an example of how to calculate the 90th percentile. It gives you an example of that. So if instead of using 90, you type the area in as 30, as like 35, as the 35th percentile. So on your applet, where it says area at the top, you would type in 0.35 and then hit enter.
Okay.
And so what you do is, let me go do it so that I can make sure I'm telling you right.
You have
Okay,
to,
so you have to highlight not the, let me see. Okay,
Just
you have to highlight,
negative.
oh, wait, here. What did I use here? That doesn't look right. Hang on, 0.35. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what it does is if you type in the area 0.35, it should automatically, like your probability applet should only have the left side highlighted, and it should give you the z-score that corresponds to it as negative 0.385. Does it do that for you?
yes.
Okay. So Paulina, did you type the area in?
So you say type in the area for 0.35.
And then hit enter.
Okay.
What did it do?
So I have z-score of 0.385.
Yes, that's exactly it. Okay. So that z-score, if you look back at the textbook, this is kind of confusing because you're having to switch between a ton of pages. But if you look at the textbook under the section 3.4, it gives you an example of how to use just the z-score, the standard deviation, and the mean to find x, which is what we're solving for. So it gives you a step-by-step equation of how to use the three numbers that you have to calculate the number that you don't have. Does that make sense? Okay, so after you go through and you do that whole entire equation, it comes out to 0.623.
0.623. I got 0.677.
Hang on.
Because 0.07 times 0.385.
0.623. No, that's what I got, but I can, let me see. So what you do is you multiply your z-score times your standard deviation, and that'll give you a number. It'll give you negative 0.02695.
Oh, negative. That's where I went wrong.
Okay, it needs to be negative. So if you take that negative number that it gives you, the 0.2695, excuse me, and then you add your mean of 0.65, it'll change, or it'll give you the number that is equal to x, which should be 0.623.
Yeah. We got that.
Okay.
Let's see where we
Okay. You're good. Okay, so then for the 80th percentile, you do the exact same thing basically. You just change your area to 0.80 and hit enter. And the reason, I guess the reason that I got a negative number for the last z-score is if you go to your applet, only the left side is highlighted, like the middle isn't included. So it's like it only goes up to the z-score on the left side, which was the negative number.
Yeah.
So if you go in and put 80, it goes all the way up to the positive z-score. So that's why I use the positive number for the next, or for 18.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so then after you do the whole formula that's with, that's on 3.4 or whatever in the textbook, it gives you 0.7089, but you'd round it to 0.709.
0.789, is that what you said?
Oh, 0.709, excuse me. Sorry, the first time I said it, I didn't round it.
Okay, I see. I just did the math in it. Yep, we're good.
Okay,
Do you
so,
understand how we were getting all of those numbers, Paulina?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. So, I mean, you have to flip through like a lot. You kind of have to flip back and forth.
Mhm.
The applet, like, I really like it. I think it's like super
Yeah, that's
helpful.
really handy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I guess. I mean that's the whole quiz. I've got to. Am I doing the note taker thing? Do I go and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
comment on there what the questions were?
Yeah. So. Yeah, and then we'll.
I'll just. I guess I would say for our questions is that we had problems, or that I guess we didn't have problems, but we worked through together how to do whatever numbers those were.
The last 6 questions or something.
Yeah. Question. Yeah, the last 6 questions. Like we worked through those together. I mean, we didn't have problems, but I mean, we just worked through it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just write that down.
And then the most important thing was probably those ones too, or how to use that applet.
Yeah, that applet was a really
Perfect.
big deal.
Well, I will post a link, and then you guys can post your stuff underneath it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Are you good, Paulina?
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Okay,
you.
see you Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.